My name is Eddie C, and welcome to my positive podcast. I'll bring you positive stories of people from all walks of life, because everyone has a story to tell. Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to MPP, my positive podcast, and I'm your host, Eddie C, and this is episode number 36. First of all, I'd like to thank the support I'm getting from the new people that are starting to become Patreons on the site. And you can also become a positivist and support the show by going to www.mypositivepodcast.com. My guest on this episode is a holistic therapist who's also a bit of a gypsy and loves music. So if you're curious in her story, sit back, relax, and stay positive. My name is Eddie C, and you're listening to My Positive Podcast. My next guest is a lady I had a chance of meeting some time ago at a ladies' day where they had all kind of different activities going on. And she's originally from the Netherlands, but has been living in Brussels since the last 20 years. And she's a practitioner, a holistic practitioner who has a system called the Body Talk System. She's also very much into music and singing. So please welcome my next guest, Miss Barbara Naagtegaal. How you doing, Barbara?
Hello, I'm fine. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. It's great to have you on the show. So can you tell my listeners a little bit about your background and some of the things that you are doing, you know, your roots, how you got into the whole holistic thing and all?
Yeah. First, thank you for inviting me here.
Oh, well, I'm glad to have you on the show. It's an honor to have you on.
Thank you. I'm a holistic practitioner with energy medicine, and it's called the Body Talk System. Man in Australia, John Veldheim, founded this. He had many problems himself in his life, and the normal doctors couldn't help him to get rid of everything, only to minimize some symptoms maybe. So he started searching, and he studied many things. Mm-hmm. He was a chiropractor, acupuncturist. He knows a lot of the Western way of treating people, Western medicine, but Eastern medicine with the chakras, the meridians, the Chinese medicine. He also studied philosophy, theology, many things. And also kinesy, how we call this in English, kinesiology. Yeah, so that's the muscle testing thing.
Genetics. But how did you actually get involved in this? Because we're like, you know, is this something that you were always interested in as a child? That history that led up to what you're doing now?
Yeah, I was always already interested when I saw, like, for example, the American natives with their rituals and their shamanic things. It's very interesting in the use of herbs. So this had my attention already since I was a kid, but we don't have that in the Netherlands, of course. In the 70s, it was not done, or we didn't do that. Maybe the hippies came back with it a little bit. I don't know.
Okay.
But we used to have this in Europe, of course, also.
Right.
But anyway, I started also traveling in Africa. And they are still doing it, the medicine men.
Right.
And I found sometimes some therapists in Holland, holistic therapists, and I started visiting them. And they because I'm curious, and everybody has something to if you feel not good for a while or whatever. And so. For me, it helped a lot to get rid of certain, when we grow up, we learn many things, how to behave and how to fit in the group, in your family, in your class, in your school, in your sports club. And as a child, you conform yourself to to fit in. But when you're older, it is not. It's meaningless for you. So it can start to be a burden to you, and can even make you sick. So this holistic view on things, on health, is to get rid of these things you don't need anymore. And that is the source, what we believe in body talk, what can make you sick, what brings you out of balance. Because when you're older and you want to do other things, you finally know what you want to do, then you're stuck because there is no flexibility anymore.
Okay.
So, and the energy medicine can help to get rid of that. So you become a better version of yourself, in fact.
Okay. But my main question was, what was the kern that made you flip over into the holistic thing? Because you said you were interested in herbs as a child. And there's a space between your childhood and where you are now in your development phase, which I'd like to know, and my listeners would also like to know a little bit more about. What was the main thing that made you say, I am going to do this?
Okay, the main thing was that I always had a problem with the Achilles tendon.
Okay.
And a friend of mine told me here in Brussels, you should try a woman. She lives near Leuven. And she does amazing things. You should try.
Okay.
I'm sure it can help you. He was a friend of mine. He's also very holistic. He was a massage therapist. He's now already pensioné, and he lives in Spain now. But I went to this woman, and after three sessions with her, and a year later, I realized that I came out of my bed every morning without pain, because when your Achilles is you have inflammation on your Achilles, you can't walk. It's the first hour you're scrambling, and then the rest of the day goes okay. But so it was finished, and it's still done. So then I decided I'm going to learn this. I want to learn this, and that's how I became a practitioner myself. Yeah.
Okay, so it actually started after you left the Netherlands and moved to Brussels, in fact.
Yeah.
All right. Did you move to Brussels as a teenager, or did you come over as a student?
No, I was already 30-something, because I had a little bit of nomadic life, because I did. I sold my arts and crafts on the summer festivals in the Netherlands, in Belgium, and in Germany.
All right.
I went every year to Mali and Burkina Faso to buy things, to find things and buy things, in which I could sell here on the summer festivals. So I was a bit homeless, and had some friends in Brussels, and I visited them once in a while, a few times a year, and I really like this city. So then one day, one of those friends, they are both artists, one said, I'm going to move to Africa, because he was there already, but he met a girl and they want to get married. So he said, I go to Uganda, not Mali, but Uganda. So my room is free. Maybe you can live here for a while. And that little while is more than 20 years now.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Wow. Oh, fantastic. So after you did this study with the lady that helped you, heal your Achilles heel, what was your main goal behind it? You just decided, I'm just going to work holistically with medicines. And of course, you were already busy with herbs, you said already as a child. So are you using a combination of both in your body talk system?
No, I don't work with herbs now, because then I should study another module again. And that's possible. But first now I have only the energy things, and even that's developing it. We keep on learning, because also the universe is telling us more and more and more now.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I should be orthomolecular therapist, but there are people, they are good therapists already, so we can work together. That's the thing. We should work together, because also when I do sessions for people, it doesn't have only impact on themselves. It has impact on me and all the other people around them also, because we make small energy shifts which has impact on everything around you.
Okay. Can you give me an idea, and my listeners as well, as sort of an idea about how your typical session goes with someone, just in general?
The most common is they come in my practice, of course, and they can lay down on a massage table, but that's only, I don't need to touch them, in fact, if they don't want. They keep the clothes on, but it's to relax, just relax. And then I even put a cover on them that they feel comfortable. Just relax, and then I start to talk with the body mind. And the body can talk on the physical level, on the mental level, emotional and spiritual. So we can make better balances on all these levels.
Very interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, and we have a protocol, and we can talk about an organ or a tissue or a system like the lymph system, or a small part in your brain, or maybe something in your eye. And I use acupoints. I don't need needles. I only need to touch the acupoints, put pressure, to bring meridians in balance with the organs or whatever. But a very important thing is the consciousness of all kinds of things in our body. We have many things, the consciousness, anything you can imagine has also a seat in your body. So all our cells know. All our cells are in communication with all the other cells in our body, but also with the tissue, with the hormones, with the muscles, with everything, with the lymph system. And your body is very, very intelligent, always looking for the best balance, all the time looking for the best balance. So everything is all the time in communication with each other.
All right.
But we are also in communication with other people, with the trees, with everything. So also with the moon, with the sun, with the planets. It's the holistic means really everything you can imagine.
But the whole universe.
And consciousness of things is very, very important. Yeah.
With your experiences that you've had over the years and you're traveling, how do you see that working in today's modern society?
Well, more and more people are open to this. So this is a modern version of very ancient knowledge, in fact. So it's really a modern version, and even psychologists are very interested in it because it can help their clients to shift easier to new consciousness, because we work with quantum fields, even we don't know exactly how it works. So energies or fields can shift, and even I don't know exactly how to explain it, but when you're more sensitive to it, you can even feel it. It's a training. You have to be more and more aware of what's going on. Yeah.
Well, that's actually also with a lot of the things that I'm doing with my music and my talks I have sometimes with other people around it. There's also like a healing process. If I talk about rhythm with some of my colleagues and friends, and once in a while a client that, wants to get deeper into that. Going back on that point about the music thing, I know that you're also very much into music. You like singing. You like a lot of classical music. I remember when we had our little brief talk yesterday, I remember you were telling me a little bit more. Can you tell us how that whole thing started to evolve?
I had music lessons since I was 6 or 7. That was like all kids start with this flute. But after I had many years, maybe 6, 7, 8 years, on a Hammond organ playing. And after I did the art school of fine arts, and then I was playing in a band, only very short, singing and playing guitar, little bit punk rock like thing.
All right.
Too short, pity. But I forgot for many years till I came to Brussels. And here we have many music academies. It's not too expensive, and everybody is welcome. If you're 5 or if you're 95, everybody is welcome. So I started singing pop jazz, but also classical singing. and I start to play this flute. How you call this one in English?
Regular flute, because the wooden flutes we call a recorder.
Okay, the flute. And all music academies have choirs. So I started to sing in the classical choir, first in Jette, but after in Belgium, which was bigger. And it's
just all in the Brussels area for my international listeners, so that they know that.
Yeah, it's all here in the Brussels area. And it was a very big pleasure to sing in this classical choir, because I think it's healing music, singing Bach or Mozart in the choir with 4 or sometimes 8 different voices. It's very beautiful. And if you sing in the choir, you don't need to be perfect, because it's the mélange is the thing. Yeah. So I really like that. And of course, the audience also liked it very much. Yeah.
Have you ever considered combining your vocal and your musical background in with your holistic way of working in the body talk system?
Yes. To be honest, I've been thinking about it very often, but I didn't find the key yet. Even a friend of mine, also body talker, says you have to use your flute and your voice more to do things, because it can help people open up to get rid of stress or whatever. So to make it more fun, that's absolutely true. But I didn't find the key yet. Now I have a coach, and he says also you have to integrate this in your system.
Well, I know someone that I'll bring you in contact with after the show that is very much into that. And she's actually going to be one of my guests on the shows as well. So I will bring you all in touch with you.
That's interesting. Because I don't do this a long time yet. It's 6 years ago that I have even less than 6 years that I have my certificate for doing this. So I'm just slowly starting. Or not really slowly, but it's not that I do this already for 10 or 20 years. No.
Okay, so it's actually quite new for you. In fact,
to be a practitioner, yes. Yeah.
Outside of your music, you're into nature, of course. Being a holistic practitioner, you need to know and be connected to nature. What is your vision about how we're treating our world today?
Oh la la! Yeah. Not even today. Already decades ago, I could cry when I was very still young, but maybe still my heart is still crying when I saw how they're slaughtering the rainforest. I thought this is very wrong what we're doing, what the humans are doing. So still I can't see that. And then they plant monocultures, which is, I think, not a good idea for this uncountable acres long. And use so much pesticide. I think it's, we are destroying, I think we are destroying the nature. Well, and then the nature will strike back. Yeah.
It always does.
Yeah.
It always does. Look at our pandemic that we just, recently had, touching on that, your clients that you have, are they basically mostly all adults, or are you working with children?
For the moment, I have many young 20s, in their 20s, young people, not really children. Some teenagers, but small children.
Say young adults, yeah.
But the children are welcome also. They even react easier on the energy shifts. So they're easier. If you're older and it's more stuck, it's more difficult. And because we think too much, we should let go. Yeah. Maybe
an idea for you to approach the youth and doing workshops or something like that too, because at a young age is how you can, make the mindset of these young folks become more aware of what's happening.
Yeah. We have workshops, and I'm not, one colleague is doing this, and we should do this on schools for the children, because it's like exercises we could do every day to be in more balance. So you can learn easier, your focus is better, and your body is stronger. You can do better sports, less injuries. Yeah, it's like a yoga also. We have some 5 techniques to stay strong every day. Yeah.
Okay. I know that you're busy. You're busy a lot with your clients and, along with your music. What are some of the things that you do personally for yourself on a daily or weekly basis to keep yourself in balance so that you're able to project your positivity out to your clients?
In the first place, I try to eat healthy food. So that's grown. The best thing is which is grown on earth and not in big factories for.
Right. Biological.
Yeah, exactly. So from the real sand from the earth, but it's not always possible. But I do my best. And no sugar, no Coca-Cola or things like that. For me, it's easy because I don't need it. But eat healthy, sleep enough. Many people don't sleep enough. And exercise. I go do fitness and swimming. Stay outside as much as possible. Get fresh air in nature.
Okay. I have a question about this. You mentioned about sleep enough. I myself, I guess, would be considered a poor sleeper. But at the same time, I recently did some research about that. And it turns out that it's not so much that your body needs the sleep as it does the rest. So the idea that your eyes are closed and that you're resting, that you're tuning out, you don't necessarily have to be, let's say, consciously sleep. Subconsciously, you're getting that sleep as well. What's your idea about that?
Yeah, I think sleeping is for one is 5 hours enough, for the other 8 hours, or maybe longer even. But resting is very important. You're right. So, and then resting is also that your mind can stop. Mm-hmm. So, well, maybe you listen to beautiful music when you're resting. It's possible, huh? But the mind has to calm down also. Yeah. And yeah, your body can rest if you don't move. It's simple as it is, of course. And you have enough, drink enough water that your body can clean enough. Whatever, yeah. Purify.
There was something that we didn't talk about yet, and that was in your earlier days, you did graphic designing.
Yeah.
And what happened that kind of had completely disappeared? Are you still busy with that from time to time?
No. In that time, we didn't have mail and internet yet. So now you can go everywhere and keep your clients. But when I was traveling to Africa and during summer on the summer festivals, there's no connection with my clients. So in one day I thought, okay, I stop it. Yeah. Also, when you're moving, you can't bring your big computer, your big Power Mac everywhere with you. So, yeah. But I don't regret that.
You're graphic designing via the holistic approach now.
Exactly. It's in a different way. Yeah.
Well, are there some other things that you would like to accomplish, let's say, in the coming year or the near future? You said, this is something I really want to bring out to the people or do for yourself?
Yeah, that I'm part of many people who do similar work as I do, but I hope that more and more people get aware of their different ways to heal, because many people are taking drugs every day because depression, they can't sleep, too much cholesterol, diabetes, many things. And I really believe that if we are more aware of things and taking care of ourselves energetically or in a different way than what most people do now, I think we can not only heal ourselves, but in fact the whole world, because the more people are aware of it, it will influence other people. So it's like a snowball which is rolling and getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So I believe in that. And that's also what the founder of the Body Talk system says. We go for global healing. So we are not only about ourselves. We talk about everything, holistic view on life.
Beautifully said. I've got just a couple of more questions before we finish our talk. What advice would you give to young people today that are growing up to help make this world a better place?
Yeah, I think we need very smart youngsters to because all the technology goes so fast, and it goes. Yeah, you can read it also in newspapers. It also engineers think it goes too fast. That the humans, have to stay in charge of it, and not only for making money, but to take care of us and of the whole world. So they should stop making too much money. So they have they don't live to make their life rich and comfortable, the young people, but we all live to serve the rest of the people in the earth. We forgot. So we don't live to make a fortune. We live, even if you have a brilliant mind and you find out the most beautiful things, do it for the world and not to gain a lot of money. That's what I think is very important, because some people are too rich and they have too much. They're the boss, in fact. They're richer than countries and everything together. Huh?
If you could sum this up, like, say, in 5 sentences or less, what would you say?
In 5 sentences.
Or less.
Yeah, I think we are here to learn that we have to serve the people and the earth, because we come from the earth. Eh? How is it possible that we exist? So a little bit more humble we should be.
Okay. And on those words, I'd like to thank you for coming on the show and really appreciate our talk together. And I will also bring people in contact with your on the website with the link to how they can get in touch with you for any sessions and further information about you. So thank you so very much for coming on the show. We'll definitely keep in touch.
Okay, thank you very much, Eddie.
Alrighty.
This is MPP, and I'm Eddie C.
Well, I hope you enjoyed my conversation with Barbara. Now, let's talk about enrichment for a second. I think that enrichment starts with your inner self, how you vision yourself being at that moment and how you want to be for yourself in the future. Getting out of that comfort zone, taking those walks or other exercises, looking around your house and maybe making some little small improvements, but every little thing is going to enrich the way you are. So on those words, here's my quote. Enrichment. The connection between your inner and outer self, relating to the elements of nature and the beauty of it all. Living a basic and simple life with what the body and mind offers. Following your heart, but with a spiritual view and respect for others. Coming out of your comfort zone to discover new things and more about yourself. To value the true enrichment of being one with the universe. Well, that's about it for this episode, ladies and gentlemen. But before I go, I'd like to thank my guest, Miss Barbara Naagtegaal, for coming on and sharing her life's experiences and her ideas about enrichment. And remember, every day when you wake up, wake up to an enrichment of life. Until next time, you can find me on all platforms like Spotify, Android, and Apple. On Facebook, look for My Positive Podcast, and my website is mypositivepodcast.com. You can also contact me via my website or Facebook. A very special thanks to my technical producer, Iswan. This show is a production by Antwerp Podcast Service. My name is Eddie C., and this was MPP, My Positive Podcast. Tune in next time and stay positive.